Okay. Here we are. Okay. Here we are for my triumphant return to YouTube. But actually, I'm just coming to the studio because I have a grade exam in 2 weeks. And I have to make up 4 set dances. So 2 hornpipe dances and 2 jig dances, which I get to choose and they get to be short. So because I haven't competitively danced in more than 2 years now, stamina when doing normal like competition Irish dance goes away really quickly. But I feel like I'm dancing pretty often, so I think hopefully I can get through this. But anyways, that's not really why we're here. I am going to go make these up in less than an hour because it is 3:13 p.m. right now and classes start at 4:15. So I need to get to work. Now, let's just go to the studio. Let's go to this. We're going in the studio. Okay, so if you don't know, if you're not like an Irish dancer, you probably wouldn't really know that to become a teacher, you have to do grade exams, and there's 12 of them, which grade exam just means like you're taking like a little test in person and you're performing more like traditional style Irish dances and then kind of working your way up. So you have to learn like basically all the traditional set dances, and then when you get higher, you start to make up your own sets. But then like in the lower ones, you do just the normal dances like jig, slip jig, reel, single jig, and then hornpipe and treble jig. And you have to learn Kayleys too, which that's a whole separate thing. For this, it's for mine, which I'm on 9 and 10. And I'm going to Cleveland, so I'll probably film that too. I have to do 2 jig sets and 2 hornpipe sets. So I came to the studio early just to do those. Now, kind of need to decide what music I'm doing. Now, I'll probably just do the Vanishing Lake that I used to do because it's just in there. It's just in there, and it's hard, but I feel like I can do it. So I'll just do that. King of the Fairies I'll probably do because it's 2 steps of hornpipe, and I'll just do my old lead around. You know it well. I'll come up with a set part that's pretty easy, but fits the vibe, so it'll be harder. Those 2 will be the harder ones, and then I'll come up with an easier You'll Harbor and St. Patrick's Day, just an easy jig set for like, basically if I'm thinking of it, it would be for like a younger championship dancer. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to do it in tennis shoes. I'm gonna make them up in tennis shoes. Okay. Let's start with Vanishing Lake. I think I know what it is. If I'm trying to remember it just off the top of my brain, it was that ending I might have done. That was kind of hard. Woo! I think the ending in the video is different, but that ending is the one that I did in Vancouver. Like, it was a little bit different. But that is easier than the other Vanishing Lake, which was the last one that I did, which started like this. That's just way harder. We're not doing all that. Okay. When it comes to the King of the Fairies, again, that's just like literally the same as 2 steps of hornpipe. So I'll just do my lead around of hornpipe and then come up with something in the set part. There's this thing that I have in my head. Which I think would be a cool beginning. but that is also kind of hard, and I don't know if it needs to be, it doesn't need to be that kind of. Yeah, that's really hard. But again, this is because I'm coming up with it. We're gonna figure this out together. Now that will look very different in hard shoes. But with the Yo Harbor, so it's like only 6 bars in the step part, which is lovely. I'll start with a jump, like lift. Because it's so short, I probably won't move to the corner and back. I'll probably just go to the front and back. Say some drums. Bang, delete, tip down. Classic. And then just, that's kind of it. Okay. Set part. I'll probably move right away because I haven't done like any moving. Pretty similar to my James Bond number. Then drums across. I don't really know how the music goes, hold on. I'm actually gonna do white blanket because it's shorter. But like the step part. Pretty short. And then because I haven't done any moving, let's start with moving again. Move piece across to start, move piece across that I know, and then move piece to the middle to end. Easy enough, it's a minute long, like come on. And then, I'm already sweating. St. Patrick's Day, easy. This is pretty basic. Start the set part off with twisty trebles. Let's see. That was a little bit hard. I don't like that. It'll be something like that. The kind of secret for, see how out of breath I am? Jesus. If you got a good step part down, you kind of can get like an idea of the set part. And then once you've been dancing long enough, you can make it up on the spot and it'll be fine. but I need to be a little bit less ambitious because that King of the Fairies and that Vanishing Lake are going to take it out of me. So yeah, okay, we need to talk about this. These are my hard shoes. They are a nightmare. They're actually a nightmare. This, like, they're about to die. They're pretty much dead already. And I have a new pair, but not about to do that. Actually, I'll wear them right now. I'll wear a new pair right now, because I should be wearing them in 2 weeks. But anyways, I have liked taking the grade exams. Sometimes it's like, all right, this is a little bit much. Last time I had to do all the way through hornpipe and all the way through jig, and that is more of a task than it sounds. And then on top of it, I had to do Garden of Daisies and Job of Journey work. Oh, hold on. Sorry, that was my dad calling me. I got an espresso and it was leaking, so we got a new thing for it, and it's not leaking anymore. Love the Nespresso. If you're going to Dunkin' Donuts all the time, like I was, get an espresso. Saves you a lot of money. But anyways, yeah, last time I had to do a lot of dancing actually. Ooh, these are tight. A lot of dancing actually, and it made me really sweaty, really tired. This one, in theory, should be easier. In theory. Now this Vanishing Lake, that again is quite ambitious. I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to do that all the way through and still stay upright, but hey, just, yeah, a note to anybody still competing. Props to you. A 2-hour class is really hard. People do longer classes than that. All the way through once is so hard, let alone doing it multiple times a day, multiple times a week, leading up to a competition. You might not think anything of it at the time like I didn't, but now, looking back, I'm like, whoa, that schedule is really hard. Which I know might sound obvious to some people, but if it doesn't sound obvious to you and you're still competing, props to you for just going to class. Seriously, it is hard work. Okay, no tape, look at these. Check the size on that. It is a 4.5. I do have teeny little feet. My feet are really small. Okay, ooh. No, I'm changing shoes. No. Come on. The only way to break in shoes is by wearing them. I'm gonna try 2 of the sets in these shoes, and if I need to change, I shall change. Okay, let's start with King of the Fairies. Actually, no, we're starting with White Blanket because it's the shorter one. Okay. Oh, Jesus. These shoes are a major challenge. I don't know if you can see me. Can you see me? These shoes are a challenge. But that was pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna do. That's just unnecessary. But that's easy enough to just kind of figure out. Okay, straight into St. Patrick's Day, let's go. See what I mean? You lose it. You lose it. I'm switching shoes. I haven't properly danced up like that in shoes in a while. So these are coming off because I don't think I'll physically be able to do the others, the harder ones in them. Back to these. These are awful. Okay. Now we're doing harder ones, which I'll film for my Instagram and TikTok as well, if they look half decent. I'm actually gonna, non-dancers, you probably don't even know about like electrical tape like that. I used to have a very specific way of doing my tape for competitions and stuff, but this is kind of just tape I found in the studio. And if it's not my good kind of tape, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it properly. Okay, all right. Here we go, here we go. So again, I'm doing a dance that I used to do every single day when I was 13 and 14. 13 and 14. My 20-year-old body, you lose it, guys. You gotta keep dancing. You gotta keep dancing hard. Once a month, just do it, okay? Music provided by Stephen Carolyn for the Fest Shop, thank you. That's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Easy. These shoes made it way easier, I will say. But they don't really sound very good. It's harder to get sounds in them because they're so like flat. most of the sound is coming from here, not there. Okay, 2-minute break. This is my last one. Then we're gonna wrap it up because classes start in half an hour and I need to dry off before that. Let's do this King of the Fairies, see how it goes. You should recognize this step part. Don't even know what I did in this part. But hey, that's good enough for me. Well, okay. Hold on. Okay. That's better. Well, there you go. That's your precursor to a video that will come later of like a weekend vlog, I think, because I have a busy weekend in 2 weeks. Doing grade exam, then the recital. I'll vlog the recital, and hopefully consistently upload here on YouTube. I really would like to keep making content, but life just keeps getting in the way, you know? That's so cringe. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one, and pray for my body tomorrow. All right, see ya.